Well, good evening, everyone. My name is Maryellen Vandenbrink. I'm a registered holistic nutritionist, and I'm really excited tonight to share with you our health and immunity seminar, especially right now. That's something that's so important to so many people. And for those of you who have not met me before, I was introduced to Neolife 28 years ago, and I actually got interested. I was a concerned mom at the time because of my family. And that's a picture of them there on the left. And my younger son, Dave, who was 9 at the time, had a lot of respiratory issues. So I was looking for something to boost his immunity and help him out. And I've been trying a lot of supplements and trying to eat well. And we had a healthy lifestyle, but he still was struggling. And one day we went and had dinner at a coworker of my husband's, and I couldn't believe how great she looked. Like she was just vibrant health. And before, every time we went, she was tired and run down and sick. So when I asked her what she was doing, that's when I first heard about Neolife. And I said to her, well, what makes this different? She said, the only thing I know is it's made from whole food. It's been around since 1958, and I'm not sick and tired anymore. So I said, well, get me some information. And I actually got my family started. And within 6 months, David's health was improved drastically. But just to let you know, these products don't cure, treat, or diagnose any disease, but it's amazing what the body can do when it has the right support. And my younger son, it helped him focus better in school. And myself, I got rid of the migraine headaches I'd suffer from my whole life. So when you look at nutrition, the key is diet, right? You are what you eat. The reality is 75% of all chronic diseases are preventable. This was a quote from the US Surgeon General. So what's the keys to optimal health? Well, good diet, weight management, of course, because we want to protect our joints, and physical activity. We got to move our bodies. And in 2019, they actually upgraded the Canadian Food Guide. And as you can see, this is how we should be eating every single day. Half of our plate should be all those dark color fruits and vegetables. A quarter should be good quality protein foods, and a quarter whole grain products. And when I was introduced to Neolife, I thought I was eating whole grain. I didn't understand. And we're going to talk a lot tonight and help you understand how you can get those nutrients from whole grains into your diet. And of course, you want to make water our drink of choice, because all of our body we can't absorb nutrients, we can't eliminate waste, we can't do anything properly without having good quality filtered water in our diet every single day. So now, Nada, would you like to share how it's actually what we aren't eating that's killing us, as according to that Lancet study?
You know what, Maryellen, when I saw this information 30 years ago, this is what drew me to the company. And some of you know I was working as a police officer. I was tired, I was stressed. I was eating healthy, but I didn't understand that there were certain things that were missing from my food. And this study that has been recently published from over 190 countries, it talks about what we aren't eating is actually killing us. And it's the same information that I saw 30 years ago, but now it's just more obvious, and there's more and more studies that have been done. And again, it's the low grains, low fruit, low nuts and seeds, low omega-3, and low vegetables. So this is kind of scary because we're not getting some of these nutrients, and our whole grains today are no longer whole. They're milled, they're processed. They found a way to make them last longer, because years ago they grind that wheat, they'd make the flour, they'd make the bread. And how long did our breads last back 70 years ago? Maybe a day or two. Now, how long do our breads last now? Weeks. Our cereals last years. Our pasta lasts forever. It's because those grains are no longer the same grains that we were consuming many, many years ago. And we're now third generation kids, not having these essential lipids and, refining these grains. We call it the great grain robbery. I mean, the goal is mass production, longer shelf life. And when they remove the outer layer, they remove all the fiber, they remove the germ, like the oils. 22 important nutrients are gone. So what's really left? Starch, white flour, protein, gluten. Okay, so that's why so many people today have these sensitivities, wheat sensitivities and grain sensitivities, and they're staying away from carbs. And it's unfortunate, it's what man has done to wheat. And these oils are critical. And when you look at the chain of life, we're just going to give you a brief history on how the company started, Neolife. And it started with a product called Tran. And we're going to share how it was developed, what it is, how it works, and who needs it. And when you look at this chain of life, you need vitamins and minerals and protein and carbohydrates. But what's missing, completely missing, are those lipids and sterols. These are your essential fatty acids that are critical for our health. So let's talk about how this product was developed back in the 40s. Doctors were getting more and more complaints about people being tired. They were saying, how are we going to fix this? It was done over a 3-year study of over 1,400 people before they actually found a clue. Their immune systems were failing, their adrenal glands were weak. They lacked some key essential nutrients that were removed from wheat. And again, they tried 76 different supplements. Nothing worked, absolutely nothing, until they added these grain oils. And these helped to support the adrenals. This is why when I started taking this one product from Neolife, I couldn't believe the difference in my energy. My PMS was under control. I was dealing with stress better at my job. I was sleeping better. I didn't realize the importance of these essential fatty acids. So this is critical, it's essential. And so again, lipids and sterols were the missing link, and the product was developed, and they extracted the oils from wheat, rice, and soy, non-GMO. It helped with hormone production. It increased energy. Patients got better. Just degenerative disease just basically gave away and restored energy and better health. And that's how Neolife started back in 1958. So such an incredible story. And what's really cool is that product has not changed. The formula has not changed since 1958. And I had the privilege of meeting Fred and Jean Aldridge. They were the first couple to buy that first bottle that was launched on the market. And Jeannie was crippled with rheumatoid arthritis. And what the grain oils did is they restored her health. Neolife doesn't claim to cure anything, but it's amazing when you give the body the proper nutrients, your cells start to work better. And when your cells start to work better, it's amazing how these grain oils just help in that area. So helps with cellular nutrition, adrenal gland function, the building blocks for all hormones. So that's why I made a huge difference in my energy and dealing with my PMS. And men still have hormones too. So I don't want to leave the men out in this category either. So it really helps to support mental health, mental energy. So it's so important, because all cells should be working like this. And without grain oils, you're not getting the cells functioning properly. And there's 2 ways of getting these grain oils. You can eat non-rancid whole seeds, nuts, and grains every single day, or you can take 1 tray of grain concentrate, right, that has 8 calories as opposed to 550 calories found in fresh grain, ground grain every day, right, compared to TreaNN. So this TreaNN is just a great way to fill the gap, to get these critical nutrients in your diet, as opposed to a lot of companies are getting some of these fats from things like an African potato, which is something you would never sit down to eat. Okay, so Neolife stays within the human food chain. So TreaNN is definitely an amazing way to get these oils back into your diet. So such an amazing product. And again, but Maryellen, when it comes to supplements and filling the nutritional gaps, I know with my mom, she took supplements for a number of years and didn't get any results with her fibromyalgia or her arthritis. But when she started taking the whole food supplements from Neolife, she got results, and so did I. So what's the challenge that people have today out there?
Yeah, that's so true, Nada, because there's so many products out there on the market. And, a lot of people think, oh, it's in a store, it's safe. But as you can see, researchers found that from 2007 to 2016, they did a study, and 776 products that were marketed as dietary supplements were tested. And what they found was hidden active ingredients that were unsafe or unstudied. And even when I took my holistic nutrition course, there was, products that, like they called professional line. And basically that just meant they just marketed to professionals. So it doesn't necessarily mean it's better. So when I really started diving in, I realized there's some really important criteria that you have to look for when you're looking at a supplement. And when I was introduced to Neolife, I really felt it was a name I could trust. Like I mentioned, I was so impressed the fact that it had been around since 1958. They've never had a dietary recall. It's in over 50 countries around the world, and they meet or exceed the health standards of every single one of those countries, and they even have a pharmaceutical license. So it's based in nature and backed by science. Because when people say, what do I look for in a supplement? Well, the first thing I say is you want to find out what this product is made from, because just because it's natural, natural can be anything from the ground. It does not mean that it's something that we need in our diets every single day. But when you look at the Neolife products, they actually are a fill the gap product. And remember the study that Nada mentioned from Lancet saying we needed more whole grains, fruits and vegetables, and wild salmon? Well, that's what Neolife makes their products from. And every single ingredient is GMO free. There's no genetically modified organisms, and they test right back to the seed stock to make sure that that's true. And the reason they have this high quality control is because the Scientific Advisory Board that was founded by Dr. Arthur First, one of the top toxicologists in the world. And he was also the co-founder of oral chemotherapy. And when he was doing his research in cancer, he found nutrients in food that prevent disease. And that's why he joined up with Neolife in the 1970s. And he set up our prestigious scientific advisory board of world-renowned scientists and researchers and doctors who are not just good-looking doctors who endorse the product, they're involved in the research and development of the product. And one thing that's really, really important is to make sure that the products are independently tested. You have to have good evidence-based science behind the products. And the Neolife products have been published in numerous prestigious scientific journals proving that they're absorbed in the body and they work. And you can be 100% sure what's on that label is in the bottle and nothing else. And that's why my clients get such good results with the product. And now, Shelley, would you like to share with us how we can fill that gap with our Pro Vitality?
Absolutely, Maryellen. And when I heard this information too, just like Nada, it really drew me to the company. I've been teaching for 32 years now, but then a few years before that. But I learned about the grain oils that Maryellen was talking about. And when you have that oval one, the green one, that fills the nutrition gap. Those are those grain oils that we can put back into our body. And that is so, so important. And we don't teach about it in the curriculum. So, and those grain oils are so important because those are the lipids and the sterols that really help our cells. It's less gluten in a bowl of gluten-free cereal. It was developed in a hospital study like Nada had mentioned, and it's so important for cellular energy and efficiency. So many people are tired every day and they're not sure why. Well, this is definitely a huge reason why. If you look at the cell on the left, you can see that the cell isn't working properly. The outside isn't malleable. It's hard for nutrients to get in. It's hard for toxins to get out. The cells are sluggish, so we feel sluggish. The one on the right with the grain oils, it lets the nutrients get in and it lets the toxins get out, and it just works the way that it's supposed to work. And those TRINN oils are the building blocks for our cell membrane, for brain and nervous function, for balancing our hormones. So huge. And this was all proven at a Texas A&M University study. They took the TRINN, gave it to their study group, and nutrient utilization, which means absorption, went up 50%. And that's really important because if you're going to eat well, you want it to get into our cells. When you eat fruits and vegetables, that helps with cancer prevention, immune function, slowing aging and preventing disease. And it's recommended by the Canada Food Guide 9 to 13 servings a day. And that's really hard to do daily, but we tend to eat more sugary foods and the processed foods, hors d'oeuvres, bagels in the morning instead of a good nutritious breakfast too. So we need to fill that gap. And the carotenoid complex, that black one, actually has carrot in the word, and it helps to fill it with 80 pounds of fruits and vegetables in a box of 30 packs. So that USDA and CDC researchers prove that when you take 3 a day, it boosts the immune system 37% in 20 days. And right now, we really want our immune system boosted. It was published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition and presented at the New York Academy of Sciences. So once again, as Maryellen had mentioned, outside agencies have done the testing. The reason that it works is, once again, we're talking about our cells. We need to keep our cells healthy. So on the left-hand side, it's unprotected. You get 10,000 hits a day of those free radicals that are harming our cells. We need the fruits and vegetables to protect them. On the right-hand side, you can see it's all around the cells. It's protecting it from that radical damage, because that's what the enemy is for our cells and damaging them. And we need the antioxidants. The third product in that pack is the omega-3s, and this is, for me, this was huge for me. I had joint issues, and oh my goodness, after a few months of using the products, I didn't have the pain, I didn't have to wear my braces anymore. This is so critical for cardiovascular health, inflammatory balance, brain and central nervous system function, behavioral health and learning, immune health and healing, eye health and vision, maintaining those flexible joints, and I certainly can attest to that after 13 years on the product, and cognitive health and aging. And it's pure salmon oil. It's not just fish and algae, it's all of the 8 omega-3s that come from wild fish. So if that's the way that it is in nature, that's the way that Neolife is going to give us the product so our body can use it the way that it would have if you were to eat that fish. So here's the big difference. All 8 omega-3s. A lot of companies just put 2 of them, EPA and DHA. Then it's not an anti-inflammatory. Neolife's is all 8. Plus, it's tested for over 200 contaminants with a zero tolerance. Remember when I talked about wanting our cells to get the toxins out? Well, we certainly don't want to put the toxins in. So we want something that's tested really well. And proven clinically when you take 3 a day to reduce inflammation 68% in 8 weeks. And I was actually able to see this in my dad's blood work. Over time, I watched his inflammatory index go down while he was on the salmon oil. So we know it works. It also helps with your triglycerides. And it's so pure that it's given to pregnant women and is safe for the babies. It helps to ward off postpartum depression. So critical for our moms and our babies. And it was endorsed by the Royal College of Obstetricians. And why do we want to get our inflammation under control? Well, because inflammation in our body can lead to, or is the underlying factor for, cardiovascular disease, Alzheimer's, neurological disease, arthritis, autoimmune diseases, diabetes 2, pulmonary diseases, and cancer. So we want to get inflammation under control in our bodies. The fourth thing that's in that product is the essential vitamin minerals, the 21 micronutrients that our body can't make that has to come from food. So if you're not eating those foods, this at least will fill the gap. And it has enzymes in it for easy digestion. So when you put those 4 together, it's a powerhouse of nutrition. In that box with 30 of the packs, you get 12 pounds of the whole grains with those essential grain oils, 80 pounds of raw fruits and vegetables, and 10 servings of your omega-3 rich fish. Just an incredible product. And it is so important for abundant energy, natural genetic anti-aging function, flexible, healthy joints, youthful skin, hair, and nails, heart health, immune strength, healthy brain function, clear vision, antioxidant protection, lifelong cellular health, which is what we really want. Oh, and our kids, Maryellen, as a teacher, oh my goodness, we need to keep them healthy for sure. And you see it with your grandkids for sure. So these are the products for our kids. We have Liquivite, which has those grain oils, and then as they get older, the chewables with the VitaGuard and the Vita Square, and they can take that salmon oil. We know little kids that just chew on them and swallow them up. They're just so important for the kids as well. And another thing that we can do is start our day in a healthy way. Yes, some people use the bagels. Yes, some people use muffins, but you need a good protein for your brain. Look at this, cereal. Do you have a coffee to start your day? Wow, it's really good to also have that protein shake, something with protein, because it helps to lose weight. It helps with the blood sugar in the glycemic zone, gives you energy. It's a great way to start the day. I've been doing it that way for 13 years. And how about you, Maryellen? How long have you been having that shake?
I've been having that shake every day for 28 years, and my grandkids have it and my kids have it. It's I couldn't imagine a day without it.
So good for the whole family. And there's a reason there's a difference in a protein shake because the Neolife one is also the 22 amino acids, and they're so important for your digestive enzymes, for digestion, your antibodies to fight infection and disease. Hormone balancing is huge. Collagen on your skin or in your skin. There's so much hype right now about needing collagen. If you have your 22 amino acids, your body can make it. And it helps control your blood sugar levels. What's inside the shake? All natural. The high PDFs or PDCAAS score, which just means how well is it absorbed. It's very, very high. Number 1 is where you want to be, and this shake is 1.73. That's how well it gets absorbed into your body. 18 grams of protein. It has the branched chain amino acids for your lean muscle. 5 grams of fiber, because people don't get enough fiber these days. Controls that glycemic response, so it's not going up and down when you're not spiking with the sugar and then crashing. This gives you energy consistently. 25 essential vitamins and minerals and whole food antioxidants. What's not in it? No artificial anything. And so safe, Maryellen. These are your grandkids, right?
Yep, they've been drinking it every day since they could drink out of a sippy cup.
Yeah.
And it's so nice it has no artificial anything in it, which makes you feel so comfortable to give it to kids. Or it's great for seniors too, instead of a lot of those meal replacements that they're giving. It's so much healthier. And
Go ahead, Maryellen.
Yeah, so if you would like to shrink a little bit, I don't know about you, but I know after Christmas, I know that we always eat a little more and have a little more goodies. And it seems to always hit in the belly area with me anyways. And if you've been struggling for your weight, well, the nice thing is you can use this Neolife shake for weight management as well. So what I like about it, normally I use it to maintain weight in the morning. I make a nice smoothie and add fruits and veggies. And then if kids, I have kids who need to gain weight so they can use it, but you can also use it to lose weight. And how you do that is you start your day with a Neolife shake in your Pro Vitality. You have a healthy snack, so you still get to eat 3 times a day. So you're not hungry at all. In fact, it cuts sugar cravings because it's keeping your blood sugar steady. And we give you a list of healthy snacks for things like, strawberries and almonds, or veggies and a piece of cheese, or hummus, or there's all sorts of different protein, carb, good fat ideas. Then for lunch, you can either do a Neolife shake if you want lose weight a little more aggressively, or you can have a healthy lunch, and then you get a healthy snack in the afternoon and a balanced dinner. So what's great about this is you can do this program with your family. It does not disrupt your life. It's very easy to follow. And what makes it different is it controls blood sugar, that glycemic response. So it's great for weight loss, and it's wonderful for people with blood sugar issues and diabetics. It prevents fat storage, promotes fat burning, and it maintains consistent daily energy. And is clinically proven for weight loss, 10% body fat reduction, lowered BMI, cardioprotective, reduction in LDL, and improves the HDL to LDL ratio. And it was also published in the Journal of the American College of Nutrition. So it's good peer review science. And as you can see, it works. This is one of my customers, Gabby, and she lost 34 pounds. She was a mom with 3 small kids. She's a single mom. And because her husband died at 40 from complication of diabetes. And she decided to take charge of her health. And she lost, not only did she lose the 34 pounds, she's kept it off. Because look at Gabby today. She looks just as good as she did back then. So she's such a great role model for her kids. And then she helped her mom lose 20 pounds in 5 months with the breakfast pack. And once she started losing weight and getting her blood sugar regulated, her doctor was able to take her off her medication for diabetes, cholesterol, and reflux, and also helped her with her arthritis pain. So it was a great program for her. And one of our biggest losers is Carlos. He lost 251 pounds in 26 months. And when I met Carlos, I said, Carlos, so many people are so worried, you lose weight, you get kind of saggy. He said, I lost the fat, but I didn't lose the muscle, because the Neolife shake protects the muscle with those branched chain amino acids. And he also got so much healthier. And I know his daughter was so concerned because he was in such bad shape that he wouldn't even make it for her wedding. And now for years, he's kept this weight off and looks amazing. And a good way to either kickstart the program, or if you're kind of stuck, is our 3-day detox. But as you know, detox is just not for weight loss. It removes toxins from the body, healthy immune function, jumpstarts a weight loss program, slows premature aging, and increases energy. And maybe this would be a good time to ask Violet to share her experience with the breakfast pack.
Thank you, Maryellen. My name is Violet Abraham, and I was introduced to Neolife last year. It has been a year. And my first product that I started taking was the Pro Vitality. So before I started the Pro Vitality, I used to be so tired and like lack of energy too. I couldn't do much of anything. Most of the time I'm falling asleep, especially after lunch. I couldn't keep my eyes open, and frequent naps, so forth. So I went out and I tried all kinds of vitamins, from GNC, CVS to everywhere else I could remember, and nothing did anything to me, didn't change the energy level. But when I started the Pro Vitality, it made a big difference in 2 weeks. I could see my energy level is getting better. I wouldn't go to sleep after lunch. And then when the time went on, I could see that even my brain fog that I used to have, it's disappearing, and the energy level kept on going. Even recently, one of my friends asked me, "Oh my God, you have so much energy just by your talk. I can see it. Are you getting all this energy from Neolife?" And I'm like, yes. So that's how helpful the Pro Vitality was for me. And then I went into detox because I wanted to cleanse myself and lose some pounds. And I ended up losing 7 pounds, but I'm not a shake person. So it was hard for Nada to convince me to get that shake going. But, when I looked at my health, I had some issues like digestive issues, and weight was a little bit on the high side, I would say. And also I had blood sugar problems, so I started taking the shake. And once I started taking the shake, especially my digestive system started regulating. I was like, whoa, this is good. And then my blood sugars, when I went to an endocrinologist, he's like, what are you doing? Your blood sugars are regulating. So he started to reduce my medication. So it had really helped me, and I enjoy taking every morning. And sometimes if I don't get to take it for breakfast, I take the shake for lunch, and it fulfills my needs. I'm not hungry and happy, and it tastes very good too. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Violet, for sharing. And I know, Shelley, your husband had good results with the weight loss program, right?
Yes, he did. Actually, it was him. I came home with some information after meeting Nada at a booth, and I gave it to him, and he's the one that contacted her because he's a real skeptic, but he had researched a lot about the company and kind of said, I wouldn't mind giving this a try, because weight has always been a challenge for Brad his whole life. And he started on the program, and I started on some things for my joints as well, and we had success. My pain was gone. He lost weight, and it was really nice. And then we kind of said, well, let's wait and see, and what's going to happen. Well, no, everything, my pain stayed away. His weight stayed away because he started changing, not only taking the shakes and the Pro Vitality, but also it becomes a lifestyle, and you look at your diet as well. And then a few years ago, he decided he wanted to lose even more weight. So he started the challenge, and he did the 30 challenge, and he lost weight again. And he's like, well, this is really interesting. And then he did the 90 challenge. And so he ended up losing 37 pounds over that time and became a challenge winner, which was wonderful as well. But What I love about it is that he has stayed consistent with it, and his weight, maybe go up a little bit, and then he gets it off again, and then it's so much less than what it was before, right? So he hasn't gone back to his original weight, and he has his shake every day with the Pro Vitality, so he's also healthier, which is great as we all age.
Thank you, Shelley. Yeah, and that's what we want. We want to keep it off and to be healthy. And for those of you who are interested, we also have, we just introduced a new vegan protein, which is a plant-based nutrition for everyone, because we do have some people who can't do, soy or dairy. And this is 18 grams of biologically complete protein. And that's what makes it different from all the other vegan proteins out there. It's a plant-based superfood, 21 amino acids, 3 grams of those branched chain amino acids. It's actually got an energizing healthy fat blend, including MCT, which is very, very important for the brain. Only has 0.5 grams of added sugar, phytoenzymes, and 24 vitamins and minerals. So this is a great alternative for people who want to go that way. And again, 24 vitamins and minerals. So it's got everything to support bones, vision, immunity, hair and nails, metabolism, and healthy nerve function. And so tonight we focus basically on our foundation program, which is the breakfast pack, which is the Pro Vitality and the shake. But we do have a lot of other products, like if you do have other needs, because I know some people have tummy troubles. So we have our aloe and our digestive aids. Some people, like Shelley, had joint issues. So she found the full motion and the salmonella. And I know, Nada, you found the full motion was a big one for you too, right?
Yeah, it really helped me with my knee pain, and I had to stop all high impact sports, and it's been 30 years that I still work out every day, and that full motion was a lifesaver.
Yeah, thank you. So so if you do have other concerns, I always kind of recommend start with the basics, the breakfast pack. But if you do have other concerns, ask the person who invited you. But I know one thing a lot of people have been asking me about is vitamin D, because as you know, it's so important in its role in immunity, and it protects us in our first line of defense in case we're exposed to a virus, but it also helps us if we have been exposed to a virus. And the nice thing about the Neolife vitamin D, it's not just, sheep wool. It's actually made from whole food, mushrooms and plant-based lichens. So, and it's also, of course, been tested and proven to be absorbed. And I know when I started taking it, my vitamin D levels went up into the optimum levels very, very quickly. So I was really happy about that. So Shelley, would you like to share how people can get started tonight and join our wellness club?
Yes, I can. It's a great way to join it because it's free. But it also gives you 15 to 30% off the retail price. We also have a convenient monthly delivery, which means auto ship. And that can be changed at any time, but it just means that it'll come to your door. You also, when you use the products for 6 months, all of the shipping comes back to you in loyalty points that you can then use to try some other products. We also have a referral when you share it with your friends. So especially if you're looking at something like weight loss, get a group together, because it's always easier when you're, talking amongst yourselves to lose the weight. 3 other friends, and yours is free. We also have a great community in Facebook where you can get invited to the group by whoever invited you to this talk, and see some great testimonials, great science, great interviews, a wonderful Facebook group to look at for information. And one other option for anyone that you know who enjoys helping others, if you'd like to share and get some extra income on the other side. I know, I'm retired now, so the extra income is always handy if I want to, do something or do a little travel across Canada as we can right now, but it's a great way to earn an extra income. And people right now, even the younger generation, are looking for doing something at home, so it's also an option for that as well. But if you're just here to check out the products, that's great. If you want to learn a little bit more, we will be sharing more about the business after we do our Q&A. And if you're just here for education, that's okay too.
Thank you, Maryellen. Thanks for having me back. What a great explanation on the products. And I'm excited to share a little bit about the mission and Neolife as a company and why it offers such a great business opportunity. And some of you know that when I was introduced to Neolife over 30 years ago, I wasn't really looking for a business. I thought I was going to be a police officer and that was going to be my career, and so was my husband. But we wanted more, wanted time freedom. And I wanted to stay home and start a family. So after getting the results of the products, I realized that this is something I can do part-time and maybe build to a full-time level. And I was able to do that. So one thing that drew me to the company was just the whole philosophy behind Neolife and the impact that you can make on people's lives and their values. Okay. They're, absolute integrity. Okay. People are number one. We have products that work, equal opportunity for everybody, no matter your age, your gender, your experience. I had no experience when it came to nutrition or running a business. It was just an opportunity for all. And it didn't matter who you were, what you were doing. And it didn't interfere with what I was presently doing, because that was a huge thing. And also a long range vision. I knew that if I was going to build a business where I would eventually leave my job with the security, that this is going to be a business that I could build into the future and pass down to my kids. So that's what this business opportunity can do, okay? So what's really nice is you're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. And that was one thing I was afraid of, is I don't know how to run a business, but I found the support was amazing. The person introduced me to the business, we worked together as a team and he developed this amazing team, and the support was awesome. The company supplies the product, the finances when it comes to all the product, the shipping, the warehousing, the distribution. They supply you with an amazing app where you can send information. Everything is done online. They give you all the literature and sales aids that you need, and an amazing website, a free website that you get. So it really is a great support system. Okay, so you're not doing this by yourself. So the 3 daily success habits is basically you have to use a product. You do have to believe in the product. I mean, I would not be sharing the product with my family and my friends if I didn't get results on the product. Then sharing the product and the opportunity. That's all I did. And personal development. I couldn't talk in front of people. I didn't know how to do presentations. But as I learned, I built my confidence. And again, the company's there to help and support and train me to get really good at just sharing the product and sharing the business opportunity. So there really is a 2-step system. Some people could use just an extra $500 to $1,000 a month part-time. Okay, so just to give you an example on how the system looks. So let's say you have 3 people that you've introduced Neolife to, 3 members, okay? And then they want to get their products for free. So you help 3 of them get theirs free, and you've helped 3 get theirs free. Well, this is a model of what it would look like, okay, to become a director, okay? So you're helping 3 promoters do the same of what you've done, helping 3 get theirs free. So again, average income of $1,000 a month. But then all you have to do is help 5 people do the same thing that you're doing, and you can start generating a 6-figure income. Again, I couldn't see this initially, but when I saw the little steps, the business grew, and I saw the bigger picture. And where can you start a business for as little as $98 in Canada or $75 in the US, right? It's no big investment, okay? Now, there's another step. It's an incentive that the company offers for those of you that have a bigger picture. You want to build a business a little more aggressively. Then you can make an investment. And this is where you can generate income faster. We call it a first order bonus, and you can earn what we call like a director. All that means is you're purchasing a little bit of inventory. It's what we call a 250 PV order. We can help you and explain how this works. You achieve a senior manager level, okay? And then that month you're eligible now to earn money faster as you introduce people to the product, okay? So this is something we can talk about later. Again, you can just start with the basic kit, or you can look at the incentive if that's something that interests you. The online training and the support is free. Everything is there for you. We work together as a team. And again, you're not doing this by yourself, okay? These meetings are for you to bring people to, okay? If you want to know more about the business, there's also a Facebook group called The Ideal Business. This is where you're going to hear amazing stories and success stories on people that have built incredible businesses. So again, if you're interested in the business, just take a look at this group and hear the stories, absolutely powerful stories in this group. So I want to thank you so much for sticking around and listening about our business opportunity. If you're interested, ask us questions. We'll stop the recording. And if you have any questions in regards to the business, please feel free to ask. We also have our rally coming up on January the 29th. And if you're really curious about learning more about the product and the business, we have 3 scientists that are going to be speaking. It is a 4-hour event, but I tell you, it's going to be packed event, and the prizes are going to be incredible. So we can send you information on our rally that's coming up as well. So thank you so much for joining us tonight.